guys, it's me Pink Lover, and I kind of stumbled upon something that me and my family think is really delicious and like a great summer treat. So it's a kickoff of a kind of healthy version of like fudge or a brownie, but then again, it's not so healthy. I wrote this recipe a few years ago for my original granola recipe, so don't like say anything. I know that there's a lot of things misspelled and things like that, but this is a really quick way to make like regular granola. So this is what you have to do. You need 2 cups of oats, 1/4 cup of Caro corn syrup, a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a stick of melted butter, and 1 cup of chocolate morsels. I added 1.5 cups of chocolate morsels to this because you could really never have too much chocolate. First things first, preheat the oven to 250. So here are the like adjustments to this recipe. In my house the other day, we cracked open a coconut and made some coconut milk, and we weren't really sure what to do with the pulp, so this is where I got this whole recipe from. So to that recipe, when you mix it all together in the bowl, when I get into the further instructions a little later, you are going to add 1 cup of coconut pulp. It's not shredded coconut. You could use shredded coconut if you want, but the moist pulp gives you this certain texture that really is crucial to this recipe. So obviously next you want to gather your ingredients or tools and just grease a pan with some cooking spray. Like, you could use butter if you want, but there's already butter in the recipe. And just use like a square baking tray. So then you're going to mix the oats, the brown sugar, the syrup, and butter with a wooden spoon in a metal bowl. And once you're done with that, add the coconut pulp, scoop into the pan with a scraper, and then use oven mitts and put into the preheated oven. Set your kitchen timer for 9 minutes. You could do, I should change this, I would say do 9 to 12 minutes as like the adjustment. I'm pretty sure I did 12 minutes because the coconut pulp changes the way that the recipe cooks. And then set the timer to 4 minutes after you put the chocolate morsels on top. But what I actually did in this recipe, this specific time, I mixed the chocolate morsels in with all the other ingredients, and I found that it baked better and that the chocolate was more intertwined, so just skip that part. So once you're done with all that, put it in the fridge or freezer and let it cool down completely. Of course, for some of you with like certain diets and stuff, this part could be optional, but this really changes the flavor and makes it more of a dessert-like treat. So you're gonna melt the Rice Krispie cereal in with the marshmallow and butter mix over the stovetop, just as if you were making regular Rice Krispie treats or whatever, but you just want to do 1 cup of cereal, a little, like just a very small amount of butter because there's already enough butter and oils and stuff in this recipe, and then obviously just add like a handful of marshmallows. And you don't want to add too much of any of this stuff because it's just to make the recipe like stick together. So once this is all melted in, add the granola recipe in with this over the stove and make sure the chocolate and everything melts together so it's nice and dark. Once you do that, spread it all out and put it back into the square pan from before. Let it chill in the fridge for quite some time, or the freezer if you want it to be a quicker process. And then what you can do is you can cut it into bars and then keep them in the freezer in individually wrapped plastic things or like bags. You could put it in like the saran wrap, or you could put it in plastic bags in the freezer, and they have to stay in the freezer because otherwise they would be like mushy and kind of weird. And when you take them out, it kind of is like cold fudge or like ice cream, and it kind of like, it's just great, and it would work well with vanilla ice cream on top. It's just a cold, good treat. You could always add a popsicle stick into it if you want to like eat it that way, but otherwise it's just good like chewing on it like a brownie or a piece of fudge. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I'm sure there were some parts that are kind of confusing or didn't really make sense, so feel free to comment down below, but don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and feel free to watch this video more than once to really get a gist of it.